Respected teachers, dear colleagues and friends, today I wish to share some reflections on a subject that touches each of our lives every single day. Publications and media. From the newspapers we read, the books we cherish, the websites we scroll through, to the social media platforms we engage in, publications and media have become the architects of modern communication. They are the bridge between information and people, between voices and listeners, between knowledge and society. Publications, whether in the form of books, journals, or digital articles, have preserved human thought for centuries. They serve as the documentation of wisdom, creativity, and progress. Meanwhile, media, from print and broadcast to digital platforms, has evolved into a powerful tool that shapes perceptions, opinions, and even identities. But with this immense power comes immense responsibility. Publications and media not only inform but also influence. They can inspire progress or fuel division, educate minds or mislead them. Therefore, it becomes crucial to understand their role, potential, and responsibility in today's fast-paced world. One of the most remarkable contributions of publications is their ability to preserve knowledge across time. From the earliest clay tablets and handwritten manuscripts to modern printed books and digital archives, publications serve as the guardians of human thought and experience. They ensure that the wisdom of past generations is not lost but carried forward, accessible to those who seek to learn and grow. When we open a book, we are not merely reading ink on paper. We are engaging in a dialogue with thinkers, writers, and visionaries of different ages. The discoveries of scientists, the philosophies of great minds, the poetry of artists, and the stories of civilizations are all stored and passed on through publications. They become a treasury of ideas, allowing us to step into other worlds, understand diverse perspectives, and avoid repeating mistakes of the past. Media, too, contributes to this preservation in unique ways. Newspapers capture the pulse of daily life, recording events as they unfold. Documentaries and digital platforms create archives of visual and audio experiences, offering future generations a vivid picture of our present. These preserved materials serve not only as historical evidence, but also as learning tools that guide decision-making in the future. In essence, publications and media together act as society's collective memory. They remind us of who we are, where we came from, and what we can become. Without them, humanity would lose its connection to its roots, its record of progress, and its blueprint for the future. One of the greatest strengths of media is its ability to make information accessible to people across the globe. In earlier centuries, knowledge was confined to a select few, often scholars, leaders, or those with the privilege of education. Today, thanks to publications and especially modern media, information has become more democratic, reaching individuals regardless of geography, class, or background. Media has turned the world into a connected village. News that once took weeks or months to travel can now be shared within seconds. A farmer in a remote village can learn about new agricultural methods through a radio program. A student can access research papers, lectures, and e-books from libraries thousands of miles away. A citizen can instantly learn about global events, policies, or technological advances just by opening a phone. This accessibility bridges gaps that once divided societies and empowers individuals with the tools of knowledge. Publications, too, play a vital role. Libraries, both physical and digital, give people the chance to explore books, journals, and archives that preserve the work of thinkers and innovators. Academic publications make specialized research available to students and professionals, driving progress in science, medicine, and technology. The spread of e-books and online articles has further broken down barriers of cost and availability, ensuring that knowledge is not limited to the wealthy, but can reach anyone with curiosity and a willingness to learn. This accessibility is not only about quantity, but also about equality. Media has made it possible for marginalized communities to find representation, for minority voices to be heard, and for people in remote regions to connect with the rest of the world. It has created a platform where no one is truly isolated and where every individual has the opportunity to stay informed and aware. Ultimately, information accessibility through publications and media empowers people to make informed decisions, to question, to innovate, and to grow. It transforms societies by creating awareness, fostering education, and encouraging participation in global conversations. Perhaps one of the most powerful functions of publications and media is their role in education. Learning is no longer confined to the four walls of a classroom. It is enriched, expanded, and transformed by the vast resources that publications and media provide. From textbooks and journals to documentaries and online learning platforms, these tools serve as companions for students, teachers, and lifelong learners alike. Books and academic publications form the backbone of formal education. They not only deliver knowledge, but also cultivate critical thinking, analysis, and creativity. Journals and research papers allow scholars to share discoveries, test theories, and build upon the work of others, creating a cycle of continuous learning and improvement. These publications are essential for progress in science, medicine, technology, and the humanities. Media, on the other hand, takes education beyond the traditional. Educational television programs, podcasts, online tutorials, and e-learning platforms make knowledge engaging and accessible to a wider audience. A child can learn mathematics through interactive games, while a young adult can study history through visually rich documentaries. Even complex subjects like space exploration or climate science are simplified through media, reaching audiences who might never have access to formal instruction. Importantly, the educational role of publications and media is not limited to students. They serve society at large. Adults can acquire new skills through online courses. Workers can update themselves with the latest industry practices, and ordinary citizens can stay informed about health governance and social issues. In this way, publications and media become engines of lifelong learning, nurturing curiosity and encouraging people to grow continuously. Moreover, they help bridge educational inequalities. In remote areas where schools may be limited, a single mobile phone with internet access can bring a world of learning to children who otherwise might never have the opportunity. Free online resources, digital libraries, and open access journals ensure that knowledge is not restricted by wealth, geography, or status. Thus, the educational role of publications and media extends far beyond formal schooling. They empower individuals with knowledge, provide tools for self-improvement, and inspire entire societies to rise through learning. One of the most transformative roles of media is its ability to give people a voice. In earlier times, the opinions of ordinary citizens rarely reached beyond their immediate communities. Decisions were made by rulers, leaders, or authorities, often without the voices of the common people being heard. But today, through publications and media, every individual has the potential to express ideas, share experiences, and influence society. Traditional publications, such as newspapers and magazines, have long served as platforms where public opinion could find expression. Letters to the editor, opinion columns, and community journals provided citizens with an avenue to share their concerns and contribute to social dialogue. This tradition continues today, but it has expanded in unimaginable ways with the rise of modern media. Digital platforms and social media have completely revolutionized the concept of people's voice. A single message, blog post, or video can reach millions within hours. Citizens can hold leaders accountable, highlight injustices, and bring attention to causes that might otherwise remain unnoticed. Hashtags, online petitions, and grassroots campaigns demonstrate the strength of collective voices, showing how ordinary people can unite to demand change. The media also acts as a bridge between communities and decision makers. Journalists, reporters, and media outlets amplify voices that need to be heard, whether they belong to marginalized groups, victims of injustice, or advocates of positive change. Publications and broadcasts often become the stage where silent struggles gain visibility and unheard stories find an audience. Importantly, giving voice to the people nurtures democracy. It ensures that governance is not a one-way process, but a dialogue between the rulers and the ruled. It allows diverse perspectives to be represented, creating societies that are more inclusive, aware, and responsive to the needs of their people. In addition, publications and media encourage self-expression. Beyond politics and social issues, individuals share art, poetry, photography, and personal reflections, enriching the cultural landscape. Every blog article or video becomes part of a larger tapestry of voices that reflect the richness of human experience. Thus, the role of media in amplifying the voice of the people is not merely about communication, it is about empowerment. It transforms individuals from passive observers into active participants in shaping their communities, their nations, and the world. Publications and media play a vital role in fostering cultural exchange, bridging differences, and bringing the world closer together. Culture is the heartbeat of any society, expressed through its traditions, language, literature, art, music, and values. For centuries, people lived largely within their own cultural boundaries, with little exposure to the practices or ideas of distant lands. But with the rise of publications and global media, these barriers have steadily dissolved, allowing humanity to learn from and appreciate one another in profound ways. Books and journals, for instance, have long introduced readers to worlds beyond their own. Translated literature opens a window into the soul of another culture, helping us understand the struggles, dreams, and philosophies of different peoples. A novel written in Latin America, a poem from Persia, or a play from Japan can now reach readers across continents, offering insights into perspectives that would otherwise remain hidden. Academic publications in anthropology, history, and sociology also preserve and share cultural practices, ensuring they are studied, respected, and passed on. Media has magnified this exchange on an even larger scale. Films, television, documentaries, and online platforms allow people to see, hear, and experience traditions from around the globe. A viewer in Africa can watch a Korean drama, someone in Europe can enjoy Indian music, and an American can learn about African art through online exhibitions. This creates a shared cultural space where appreciation replaces ignorance and curiosity replaces prejudice. Cultural exchange through media also nurtures empathy. When people witness the celebrations, struggles, and daily lives of others, they develop a deeper sense of connection and understanding. It helps break stereotypes, combats racism, and reduces cultural misunderstandings. Media has the unique power to humanize distant communities, reminding us that beneath our differences, we share the same hopes, fears, and aspirations. Furthermore, publications and media serve as tools for preserving endangered cultures. Documentaries, photo, essays, and ethnographic writings capture traditions, languages, and rituals that might otherwise fade with time. By sharing them with global audiences, these platforms contribute to cultural preservation and encourage respect for diversity. In addition, cultural exchange enriches creativity. Writers, musicians, filmmakers, and artists draw inspiration from diverse traditions, blending styles and ideas to create something new. This cross-cultural creativity has given rise to global art forms, fusion music, and literature that resonates with audiences worldwide. Thus, through publications and media, cultural exchange becomes more than just learning about others. It becomes an ongoing dialogue between societies. It nurtures tolerance, respect, and unity in an increasingly interconnected world. One of the most influential roles of publications and media is their power to shape public opinion. Human beings do not form their beliefs, perspectives in isolation. They are deeply influenced by the information they consume, the narratives they encounter, and the voices they hear. Publications and media stand at the center of this process, guiding, framing, and often redefining how societies perceive the world around them. Traditional publications, such as newspapers and journals, have historically been regarded as authoritative sources of knowledge. Editorials, reports, and articles not only inform readers, but also influence their understanding of political events, social issues, and cultural trends. A well-argued article can shift perceptions, challenge stereotypes, or open minds to new possibilities. Books, too, have played a transformative role in shaping collective thought. From political treatises to philosophical works and revolutionary manifestos, written publications have altered the course of history by inspiring movements, revolutions, and reforms. Modern media has amplified this influence exponentially. With the rise of television, radio, and digital platforms, information is no longer consumed passively but experienced in real time. Visual images, sound, and storytelling techniques can evoke powerful emotions, leaving lasting impressions that shape how people think and act. A single documentary can spark global awareness about climate change. A viral social media campaign can bring attention to social justice. A breaking news story can instantly sway public opinion on political leaders, laws, or conflicts. This ability to shape opinions is not limited to grand issues alone. Media also influences everyday choices, from what we wear, eat, or buy, to the values we adopt in family, education, and community life. Advertisements and marketing campaigns strategically use media to mold consumer behavior, while entertainment industries shape cultural ideals and societal aspirations. However, this power comes with immense responsibility. Media has the capacity to unite or divide, to inspire hope or incite fear. Biased reporting, misinformation, or sensationalism can manipulate opinions in harmful ways, leading to misunderstandings, conflict, or distrust. Conversely, balanced reporting, fact-based publications, and ethical media practices can create informed citizens who think critically and make responsible decisions. Ultimately, the influence of publications and media on opinion formation reflects their central role in human society. They are not merely mirrors reflecting reality, they are tools that can frame reality, highlighting some aspects while overshadowing others. Through the choices of what to publish, what to broadcast, and how to present information, they become architects of thought, shaping not only individual perspectives, but the collective conscience of entire communities. With the immense power of publications and media to inform, influence, and inspire, comes an equally immense duty: the responsibility to remain ethical, truthful, and accountable. Unlike ordinary conversations, the words published in books, newspapers, or online platforms, and the images broadcast on television or social media reach thousands or even millions of people. What is communicated has the power to shape beliefs, decisions, and even the course of history. This is why ethics must stand at the heart of all publications and media practices. Ethical responsibility begins with truthfulness. Publications and media are trusted to provide accurate information, not distortions or fabrications. Readers and viewers rely on them to understand events, evaluate decisions, and form opinions. When misinformation or biased reporting spreads, it can lead to confusion, mistrust, or even conflict. History provides many examples where propaganda or false reporting manipulated societies, leading to devastating consequences. Hence, honesty and integrity must guide the work of journalists, writers, and media creators. Equally important is fairness and balance. Media has the responsibility to present multiple perspectives rather than silencing or exaggerating one side. In matters of politics, social issues, or cultural debates, a fair representation ensures that people receive a complete picture and are able to make informed judgments. Publications that respect diverse voices foster inclusivity, while biased or sensationalized media weakens the foundations of trust. Responsibility also extends to respecting human dignity and privacy. In the rush to capture attention, some media outlets may sensationalize tragedies, invade private lives, or portray individuals unfairly. Ethical media, however, values compassion and empathy, recognizing that behind every story are real human beings whose lives should not be exploited for profit or popularity. Moreover, publications and media carry the responsibility of being aware of their long-term impact. A book, article, or broadcast does not simply vanish after consumption. It may influence generations to come. Writers and publishers must therefore weigh their words carefully, ensuring that they promote understanding, awareness, and growth rather than division or harm. In today's digital era, this responsibility has become even greater. Social media platforms spread information at lightning speed, often without verification. This makes the role of ethical reporting and responsible publication even more critical, as the consequences of misinformation are amplified like never before. Upholding truth, respecting boundaries, and promoting constructive dialogue are the guiding principles that safeguard society against chaos and mistrust. Thus, ethics and responsibility are not optional qualities in publications and media. They are the very foundation that ensures credibility, trust, and positive influence. Without them, the power of communication can easily turn destructive, undermining the very purpose of informing and educating society. The future of publications and media is a subject of both excitement and uncertainty, as rapid technological progress continues to reshape how we create, consume, and share information. What once existed only in printed form, books, newspapers, and journals, has now expanded into a vast digital universe where knowledge travels faster, wider, and in more interactive ways than ever before. This transformation offers tremendous opportunities, but it also brings new challenges that society must carefully navigate. The digital revolution has already made significant changes. E-books and online articles have made reading more convenient and affordable, while virtual libraries store millions of works accessible from anywhere in the world. Online journals have sped up the pace of academic publishing, allowing researchers to share discoveries in real time. Similarly, media has evolved from traditional radio and television to podcasts, streaming services, and interactive platforms that adapt to the needs of modern audiences. The future promises even greater innovation, from immersive experiences using virtual and augmented reality to personalized content shaped by artificial intelligence. Yet, while this future is rich with possibilities, it also raises important questions. Will the abundance of digital content make it harder to identify credible sources? How can societies protect intellectual property in a world where information is freely shared and often copied? What steps must be taken to ensure that the digital divide, the gap between those with and without access to technology, does not widen further, leaving some communities behind? These are challenges that must be addressed responsibly to ensure that the future of publications and media remains inclusive and beneficial for all. Another aspect of the future lies in interactivity. Readers and viewers are no longer passive consumers, they are active participants. Have comment sections, social media platforms, and collaborative publishing tools have transformed communication into a dialogue. In the future, this trend will grow stronger as audiences expect to not only consume content, but also engage with it, shape it, and even co-create it. This shift from one-way communication to multi-directional dialogue will redefine how publications and media function in society. Environmental sustainability is also an important consideration. Traditional print media relies heavily on paper and ink, which has environmental costs. The growing preference for digital formats reduces this burden, but it also requires energy-intensive technologies and raises concerns about electronic waste. Future innovations will need to balance accessibility with environmental responsibility. Finally, the future of publications and media will remain tied to one constant: the need for truth and meaningful content. No matter how advanced technology becomes, the core mission will still be to inform, educate, and inspire. Whether through holographic storytelling, AI-generated articles, or global live broadcasts, publications and media will continue to serve as the pillars of human connection and progress. In conclusion, publications and media are not merely tools of communication. They are the lifelines of knowledge, the guardians of truth, and the bridges that connect humanity across time and space. They preserve our history, educate our minds, amplify our voices, and shape the way we see the world and one another. But with this extraordinary power comes an equally extraordinary responsibility to use these platforms wisely, ethically, and with purpose. As we look to the future, let us embrace publications and media not just as sources of information, but as instruments of growth, unity, and positive change. If we honor their potential and safeguard their integrity, they will continue to inspire generations, strengthen societies, and lead humanity toward a more informed, connected, and enlightened world. Thank you.